Come on, Muddy Paws Whiskey. Come tell everybody how you like to get your muddy paws. Come on. See if we can find any. You just want to go in there and get the fish? You're looking for them groundhogs, ain't you? Watch out for the fishing line. You have to learn how to fish a little better, Whiskey.
This video should be taken as legal advice. Listening to this fool could result in negative consequences. Taking these actions could result in unlawful arrest, high fines, and even severe injury. Rebel responsibly.
What's up, everyone? Whiskey out here. Come out here to fish, didn't we? Yeah, tell them. Out here. Anyways, yeah. You gonna catch one? You wanna tell everybody how the best way to catch a fish in Ohio? Yeah. 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 So anyways, we're out here today for our next video for the Fuck Around and Find Out series, talking about fishing in Northwest Ohio. Best way to fish in Northwest Ohio without a license. That's what I'm here to tell you right now. You do not need a license to fish, plain and simple, unless you're on somebody's private property. If you're in, this is a river, nobody owns this river. I'm not on somebody's private property fishing out of the river. I can fish all day long. And as always, I film myself doing these things, you know, stupid videos like I was on the lawnmower, drinking a beer, hooking up a generator without qualified whatever, you know. All these different things, jaywalking, fishing. We're gonna see if we can catch a fish today. I don't know if I really want to catch one. It'll go right back in the river if I do, because I ain't eating nothing out of this river, right? The point is, fishing license. Screw it, right here I am. You got all the proof you need. You want to come and get me? Come and get me. I'm here fishing right here out of the Maumee River. Right now I'm over here on the end of Pontiac Park. This is where you find me at, fishing without a license. Come and get me, right? We're just out here, Whiskey and I's out here killing some time and getting stuff around together for the next video that I promise is coming out with a lot of important information, what's going on that everyone needs to know about. But so in the meantime, we're getting stuff around for that, and got a hold of a fishing pole, so I was like, why don't we go out we hang out by the river there, why don't we cast the pole out in the water while we're doing our little research and getting our stuff together for the video, and do some fishing without a license. This is the problem in this country. Everybody lays down and takes it. There's two kinds of people in this world. People who are free and people who are not, right? Right here in this country, you got only two classes of citizens, free or slaves. And most of you, and you know, you got to forgive me when I do that. I'm not meaning maybe, probably not you personally that's watching this, but most of you out there are just going to lay down and let someone else tell you how to run your life and what you can and can't do. And a sign of being a slave is if you feel like somebody else is the master over you to give you the right to travel, the privilege to travel, right? Driving or whatever you want to call it, still traveling. You don't need a license for that. I've said that before in other videos. We'll break that down more in some future videos. You don't need a license to hunt. You don't need a license to fish. You don't need a license for anything as a private person. Those licenses are for corporations or people doing such as a business. If I was out here fishing out of the Maumee River, bunches of fish so I could go sell them at the market or whatever, or I was running a business selling fish, a restaurant selling fish, and the way I was getting it was fishing all day long, that's as a business, then I do need a license, right? But if I'm out here as me and my dog out here living off the land, it's our right to fish. Come and take it. You don't need a license for those things. To own, to own weapons, you don't need a license for that. That is you submitting, as soon as you sign up for a license, that's you submitting saying, yes, whoever you are, you have somehow this higher authority over me, and you are my boss, you get to tell me what to do. No, only God gets to do that. And unless you enter their domain, and I'm not. And so here I am fishing without a license right here, and come and get me. You got all the proof you need. It's right here, recorded on video. You right here in Northwest Ohio, the officials here in Defiance County, come and get me, right? Arrest me. What are you gonna do because I threw my pole out here into the water without a license? I'm admitting to it. I'm right here, right here. It's not anyone from Defiance knows right where I'm at. Come and do something about it. And this is the thing, they'll look for a reason, but right now they won't, because they know, they have a feeling I'm baiting them, and maybe I am. Baiting you like a fish, come and get me. Right? Come and violate my rights some more, because obviously it wasn't enough. Nobody's gonna make right for it, make good for it. Hey, Whiskey, don't eat the grass. Are you feeling sick? What are you eating the grass for? Oh, you getting an appetite build up for some fish? I'm not gonna let you eat that fish out of that water. We'll get some other fish. Won't we? Won't we? Won't we? But you tell them, we don't need no license, do we? Here, come here. Look over here. Look up here. We don't need no license, do we? But I'm just being real, keeping it real right now, just setting this video out to pass the time as I'm looking stuff up. This other video I got coming out is really, it is very important, and I'm running into some issues. I want to make sure I do it, at least get the information correct. And I don't want to be like some of these people misleading people. I've got nothing to gain from anyone, from anything I do on these videos. I'm not going to tell you to go buy some stuff. I'm not making any money off this stuff. I have absolutely nothing to gain. It is my job to share this knowledge as I know it with everyone else. You look around in this world today and it's crazy, and there's even people in my generation that are just submitting willingly. I've seen it happen for years, and I used to call it out, and people that know me, I call it out wherever I'm at. I always have. And my friend Tater, he could tell us in the comments what happened when they tried to tell me I had to put a sticker on my car to park at school. You're not going to violate my rights. And if I see you violating somebody else's rights, I'm not going to allow it either, because this is how we lose our freedom. This is how we're at where we are right now, that you tell me in order to cast my pole out into this nasty river, I got to have a license. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Come and tell me otherwise. It ain't happening. And, when you can prove your claim over my life, otherwise you better be able to defend your mouth if you try to tell me that you have a claim over me, higher authority over me. You have nothing over me unless I've done something to harm the people, and that's when the group comes together and takes care of that business. But I've done nothing, and so here I am fishing without a license. You know, I wanted to do it from the dam. Whiskey likes to walk throughout there. We went the Independence Dam in this area. If people don't know what I'm talking about, but I mean, this area people know, but the people watching maybe not. But we go cruising through there, and you know, of course, today's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. But we go cruising through there, and you know, all the fishing spots are all taken up from people sitting and not even fishing, but they're sitting and admiring this nasty brown river. You know, come on home to Green River. Still ain't got one, Whiskey, what do you think? But you know, and then we take our walks and take another walk today. And you know, who's ever watching from that's watched some of the videos I post from my profile on Facebook, people want to give me shit about my dog shit somewhere. You know, I make sure it's not, you know, if you live in Defiance, don't worry, my dog ain't gonna come shit in your yard, right? But you know, certain areas, whatever, are like, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I'm not walking around with a bag of dog shit, right? So you know, I come out here to fish and there's trash, litter all over the place. Always is. No one ever respects this and picks it up. You know, me and Whiskey come through here sometimes and pick stuff up, take it over to trash cans, which are scattered all over, so, you know, there's no excuse for it. And you even walk across the bridges, there's glass, broken glass all over the sidewalks, all over the bridges. And people want to bitch because my dog's shit in some grass. You know, whatever. There's another thing. Come and arrest me. You know, where's the crime? Whatever. That's just all how it is to it. So, you ain't. Real freaking nice day today. Ain't it, Whiskey? We had to stop. You know, I have to try this again another day. They can't come and arrest me today for fishing without a license because I'm gonna have to stop. Something come over me. I started to realize, you know, today's Mother's Day, right? What if I caught the mother fish? You know? I started thinking about that. What if I caught the mother fish? How horrible would that be, you know? And I don't know what's up with my camera here. But anyways, you know, what if I caught the mother fish, right? Whiskey talks some sense into me. He says, oh, I feel bad. What if you caught the mother fish? You know, school here you are on Mother's Day, swimming around with your baby fish, you know, and it's over just like that. Oh, how traumatic would it be for all those other fish? You know, all that school fish, they just going along and they just witnessed their mother get raptured out of nowhere, you know? And, well, you know, that they might even just build a shrine to her, right? And that would look like the replica of her that's actually on my wall. But the mother fish, you know, you can't do that. So not on Mother's Day, right? Save it for another day. I'm Whiskey. But anyways, and then I got to thinking, you know, you sit out here and you look at this nasty river. How horrible is life for a fish? If you think, you know, if you're not really, you know, if you're not thinking too hard about it, then, you know, you think, oh, really, overall, fish have a pretty nice life, just swimming around, whatever, right? And then you think about it and know they got a real horrible life. Swimming around in all this overly polluted stuff, nasty water, and they can't do a dang thing about it. Polluted and disgusted, and it's all ruined, and their lives, fish lives, or really sea life, water life, whatever, is we don't think about, and then we're eating all that anyways, so it's all coming back to us. But they have no control over that. And then you think about it, then you're like, well, that reflects life for all of us right here. We're all just the fish swimming around, right? And all these rich bastards think they're in control over us, and so through the years, we can blame it on all of us that polluted the waters and the air and all of this, but who really is responsible? Okay, because the truth is, it wasn't years of people just taking their home trash and dumping it in the river, or changing their oil at home and dumping it in the river, creating, what this is years of chemicals for the farms that really they shouldn't be using, that's run off into these waters, and these factories that have just dumped their pollution into the waters for years. Not as bad now because all these regulations, but for years they just didn't care. They're the ones, it was the big money that made those decisions, not us little people. The air is polluted. They want to tell you because you're driving, or because your cow farts, or, the air is way more polluted because of the shit they're putting up there in the skies from the the chemtrails. That's proven now. It's not even a conspiracy theory. It's proven now. Anything I talk about in my videos, I urge you to check with your own, use your own wisdom and get your own understanding by looking at the facts. But don't just be arguing stuff just because it's something you overheard, or you don't know the real facts. You got to put some research into it if you want to argue against it. But my thing is, I'm not telling you to take anything I say, and I've always told people that just look it up for yourself. You don't just take my word for it. But all the answers are there, all the truth is there, and that's like most. There's some things I'm going to talk about in the future video, and maybe a couple more videos that's coming up soon. I don't expect anyone to think I'm right on anything, or take my word for it. I just given you, I'll be given my understanding of how I feel things are going, and trying to get you, but I will be, telling you how I come to that understanding, right? And you'll have to do your own research and see if you agree. But a lot of it's common sense anymore, and but like chemtrails, that's not, and what I'm saying is, a lot of stuff that me or many others have talked about for years has kept coming to pass. Some of my friends will crack jokes, send me these memes or whatever, because about you better find a conspiracy theory friend, and all the things have come true, stuff like that, because they know I've talked about this for years, and most of it all has actually happened. It's not always exact. I'm not some prophet or seer or nothing like that. I don't believe, but it's just taking the facts of everything and wanting to understand the facts of history, the facts of the present, and and common sense, and putting it all together. And there's people that will, one of the videos I'm going to talk about is how people's being misled on, and they don't even realize it. It's because Satan's the author of confusion. He's confusing everybody with all this stuff, and he'll put all this stuff in there that really means, when some people are looking into stuff, like one of the things I'm going to be, in my next video, or which my next most important video, I'm going to be talking about the stuff, like some of it's going to be about the eclipse, and and the stuff people say in there, but Satan will put all this extra stuff in there to confuse people, and then it takes them off the path of truth, and some of these things you come by just getting out here in the private and Oh, thank you. And Defiance's finest. Thanks, officer. Tell me that's a pretty dog. I don't know if you caught it on the video. Pulled up. I was like, oh no, when they come and arrest me for no, ask me where my fishing license is. But it wasn't. But that, you know, whatever. I usually have good encounters lately. For a very long time, I haven't had no negative encounters with the Defiant City Police. They all seem to be pretty decent, mostly. Not everybody says the same thing, but, you know, and I understand on some things, but, you know, in my own situations, I'll take them how they, you know, for what they are. You know, I'm not here to purposely disrespect anybody, you know, officers or whatever else. You know, people might disagree because some of the stuff I've done on some of my other videos with the sheriff's department and stuff like that, but hey, they brought it on themselves. Okay, this officer didn't. He's, oh, that's a pretty dog. Okay, you know, but which is all cool, you know, and that's how interaction should be. He just cruising along, keeping an eye on things. That's all cool, you know. No problem there, right? I mean, I don't know if maybe he would ask. He didn't ask them people down there for a fishing license. He's just cruising through, you know, making sure, hey, that's all good, right? And then says, hey, that's a pretty dog. You seem like, you know, just like anyone else would, you know. That's good encounters with the police. So I'm shout out to the Defiant City Police. So far, I've seen pretty good encounters, you know. And I know Rob Schaefer, like I covered his case, he don't have quite the same to say, you know. And the fact is, his rights were violated, you know. And I'll continue with that, but you know, I ain't seeing a repetitive thing going on so far with it, you know, with it from the Defiant City Police themselves, you know, the actual police officers. You know, there's a, you know, when it gets higher than that, yeah, it's all kinds of bullshit going on, but you know, anyway, whatever. So now I forgot where I was at. But anyways, good call on the police. They figure I'm out here videoing. They'll stop by and be all cool and stuff to, you know, get themselves on video doing their job good. You know, right on. But so anyways, trying to get back on track. I don't remember where I was at, but just blabbing really right now. But you know, so it's all that you take that. You know, how are we much different than them poor fish in the river? You know, being all polluted with no choice. We are from the rich. You know, from the super rich. You know, the super rich that make those decisions. You know, who sold their souls to Satan because he's the one actually making their decisions. That's where all conspiracies lead. Satan's the author. You know, is the grand conspirator. That's the fact. All conspiracies, when they all come down to it, each rabbit hole, whatever, they all lead to Satan as being the perpetrator. You know, always. You know. But so what's happening to us? Our air, our water, everything's polluted. And now they want, you know, you go in a lot of these stores now around here for just one bottle of water, $2, $1.99 for a bottle, 20-ounce bottle of water. Water ain't free no more, air ain't free no more, and they're taking control of all of it. People don't realize it. They're, you know, when they get the air polluted good enough, and then they're gonna come up with some scheme to give you clean air for, you know, whatever. They take control of everything. And we're allowing it. And, you know, that's my whole thing about the whole fishing license thing.
That's where literally it begins. Here in America, that's, how far back do we go back to where people started being forced to have a fishing license? To pull out, take your children out, to go out with your dog, whatever, whoever, just, spending some time out, even alone out there with your pole casts out in the water, trying to catch a few fish, whatever. Maybe you're doing it to take them home and eat them. Maybe you're just doing it to catch them and throw them back in just to do it, and it came down to people, oh, you have to have a license to fish. Oh, you have to have a license to hunt. You have to have a license to drive. What? What? In the United States of America, right? And we're wondering, how did this clown show, how'd we get to this clown world, What? Are you kidding me? That's where it all started, with the little steps like that, and not just other thing, and then they take bigger steps and look at, and now they're just so bold about it anymore. They just do it right in your face, and they do it, and they take a few months to tell you what they're about to do, like the Civil War that's about to happen this summer. And I'm pretty sure probably this summer. It's going to happen soon, because they're pushing it purposely. They're hoping to kick it off, and there's other things coming, and I believe possibly Civil War. I'm not gonna say 100% what I think something is, but that this is where we're at, and we allowed it to get here, and now it's out of our control, right? And it's more than that. And they've perverted, they've demoralized everyone, and judgment's about to come out of this country. And if it is like Civil War is one of the, I believe it's going to be several things happening, and it's already unfolding. It's already been unfolding. Biden's part of that judgment, and but this how, and now we got a rogue government that you do things according to how it's supposed to be done, and they just laugh at you, and who cares? Why? Because nobody else is going to back you up. Like, I appreciate, I forget your username, so sorry about that. Let me look it real quick if I can find it. So I'll give a shout out, Mr. Kazik. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But he says, contact Ohio Attorney General Office, file complaint for my one video about the sheriff. And I responded, I'm not, much respect to that. I appreciate that. But however, I have done that, right? And some of my videos I've talked about that, but so he may not, this person may not have seen that video where I said that I've done that. But the thing is, and then I've gotten other people, friends, my one friend sent me several tips, and I check these things out, and everyone keeps telling me, oh, they have no authority over a county sheriff. Are you kidding me? Right? I mean, that's not, because what his comment was, contact the Ohio Attorney General, and that is the way it should be done, right? And I done that, and the Attorney General just stick it, right? And we've allowed it to get way out of control, way out of hand. And this is where we're at now, being forced to have a fishing license. And but whatever, my conscience come over me. I'm like, I can't catch a mom fish on the Mother's Day. That'd be horrible. That would be horrible, right? Just some thoughts rambling. Thanks for watching the video. I said it now in 3 videos. I don't know. It'll come out before I release this one, or right after. It'd be right after this one, because we just finished getting some of the stuff around. Hopefully I'm back on track with it. And I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments about some of the stuff. Some of it I'm just being stupid about whole rapturing of the fish, right? But oh, I know. Whiskey don't care. He wanted to eat the mom fish, didn't you? And then you think, well, someone like me, I've just thrown it back in, right? And then so they'd be all like, oh, the school of fish would be like, oh, you know, oh no, right? And then a few minutes later, she comes back in and then has this story to tell them all about this crazy being, had her in the hands and removed the hook and of life, was weighing her down, give her another chance. They'd build a shrine again to her. So either way, maybe I should have just fished her out of there, huh, Whiskey? Yeah. But you know, the real thoughts though about the, you know, all the stuff they're polluting our skies or air or water, and where it all, you know, let me know, how did it get out of hand? Tell me in the comments in your own thoughts how it got out of hand, you know, and if you agree or not that a lot of this we should have stood up a long time ago when they started telling us we needed licenses for all this stupid stuff, right? But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're not already. And we'll see you in the next video.